Hey guys, come on in. Come on in. I am so sorry. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's me. I feel like it's me. We had like a really bad storm out here. Well, I guess it wasn't that bad, but it was still a storm and we haven't had one in a while. And I've been trying to go live and it's just not been working. So thank you so much for your patience with me. I am just gonna cover today um, why you guys are, trying to remove information off y'all's credit and y'all are not able to remove it. And the reason for that is more than likely is because you are just communicating with the wrong people. And so this live is just to kind of redirect you guys and give y'all clarity on better options. Okay. If y'all can hear me in the chat, please just drop a one in the comments. That lets me know that I am good to go. Just drop a one in the chat if I'm good. Because um I don't know what is going on, y'all. When I tell y'all I'm having like major technical difficulties, like it's not even funny. It is not even funny, child. But we just gonna push on anyway. Um, Lord Jesus, it's only two of y'all in the room. It is okay. We still gonna push on. If you can hear me though, while you're in here, please drop a one in the chat if you can hear me. Just drop a one in the chat if you can hear me and I am good to go. Okay. Hey Jasmine. Hey Ashley. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to get this thing going. But either way, we just gonna push on. Okay, we're gonna push right along. So has anybody ever tried to do a pay to delete? Yesterday we talked about paying to delete. And so this is kind of, the same conversation. Well, kind of, but we're going to be going more into detail with some more things. So if you have not already, grab a pen and notepad, get something to write with. If this is your first time joining me on live, then let me know in the chat. Just drop newbie in the chat if this is your first time. If this is not your first time, then just put season in the chat. That lets me know that, you know what I'm saying, y'all been rocking and rolling. And I'm assuming that you guys know what time it is because I only sent this message out to those of you guys that are like on our text list or whatever. So let me know. Let me know. Is this your first time or are you a newbie? Hey Ashley. Okay. All right. So we got our season babies in here. We got our season babies. Cool. So let's see. Hang on one second. Okay. All right, y'all. We just gonna let it fill up just a little bit more before I start. So, if you did not know, my name is Maggie, and I'm the CEO and founder of this company where we teach you guys credit education in hopes that you guys will start building generational wealth. And it's funny because when we first started this company, we didn't really know, that we would be able to help y'all get paid for having bad credit. We just felt like starting this company and helping people get their credit together and like get better with money, like knowing that information, you could, get good credit and leverage your good credit to go and get some capital from the bank. And then once you go and get that capital from the bank, you can go and invest it into different things. And then when you invest it into those different things, that first bit of money from, going from zero, right, from having nothing, to leveraging your credit to get some money and then investing that into whatever business or whatever you're going to invest it into, that was going to help you guys start creating generational wealth. But we had no idea that we would be able to get to the points where we can learn this information and teach all this information on how to get not only deletions but how to get paid from having bad credit, because this is like you can fund yourself. You can get your own funding without having to go to a bank and get funded from a bank. A lot of you guys are fixing y'all's credit just to get quick loans, like payday loans and stuff like that. And then the payday loans that they give y'all is not even a lot really, because your profile is not putting you in a position to where you can really initially, like when you're first starting out, you're not in the best position to go to a bank and just ask for all this money. So they're probably going to give you, when you first start out, just a little bit of something. Whereas with this information, we can help you guys get settlement checks from multiple companies, right? Like from multiple companies in less than a 6 months time, and get good credit in the process, and then go back if you wanted to and go get some funding like later down the line if you wanted to. So it's like you can walk away with like just killing two birds with one stone without even having to go and get, what I'm saying, the funding. So this is really powerful in my opinion, because the funding, you got to pay all this money and interest, and you already know how that goes. And this way you ain't got to pay no money and interest. I would say the worst thing is, and it's not even the worst thing, you just got to report it to your taxes. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So let me know if y'all, well, what city and state are you guys watching from? What city and state are you guys watching from? Let me know. All right, we got Tampa, Florida. We got Decatur, Atlanta, Dallas, Arlington. I didn't know it was at Arlington, Virginia. North Carolina, Indianapolis, Columbus, Ohio. Okay, bad. All right, y'all. I'm assuming you guys have a pen and notepad, something to write with. Let's just get right straight into it. So, most of you guys have probably tried to contact the companies and request for deletion. So, like I said yesterday, we talked about paying to delete. So you can, contact the company over the phone. Some people send letters. I don't really recommend sending letters, and the reason for when I say I don't recommend sending letters, know that I'm talking about for when we're doing the pay to delete. Okay. I'm not just talking about like just period. Yes, I do recommend sending letters if you're disputing. All right. But just trying to pay to delete something, you're not going to always get what you want. You're not going to always walk away with getting a company to delete it off of the strength of you requesting to pay it in full. So, this live is just kind of going to go more into details in that conversation. So, know that whenever something is reported to your credit, the consumer reporting agencies, and know that the consumer reporting agencies are more than just Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. All right. So know that when you have something reported to those companies, each company that is reporting it is called the furnisher, and the furnisher has to make an investment. The furnisher has to pay to play, basically. The furnisher has to pay to have the information reported to the consumer reporting agencies. So the consumer reporting agencies profit whenever you get a loan, whenever you apply for something, and also whenever you default. Okay. I mean, they just getting paid out in so many ways, right? Like if you got an inquiry, they're going to get paid. If you got, a brand new credit card, they're going to get paid. A line of credit, they're going to get paid. Collection accounts, they're going to get paid. Like they get paid out when you have information, not always everything is not always going to be reported to your credit, but y'all see what I'm saying. Y'all see the direction I'm going. These companies get paid a lot of money to have information reported. All right. And so, also the sharing of the data. So they store and share your information. So the furniture store and share the information, the consumer reporting agencies store and share the information. Also, the third party debt collection agencies store and share the information. And this is why some of you guys are, disputing information off your credit and it gets removed off. And then the next thing you know, somebody else done purchased the debt. And then it's like, it's reported on your credit again under a different company. Like your information is being shared. People are paying for your information. All right. And so, this it benefits all of these companies. So everybody is benefiting from you being in a good or bad spot. Like regarding your credit, everybody benefits, but you're not benefiting if you are not leveraging the fact that, you have like credit for one. Like you hear people talk about leverage your credit, like leverage your credit in the goods when it's good, and also leverage your credit when it's bad as well, because everybody else is doing that. So you need to get in on your own stuff and you need to take control of your own life. And you know what I'm saying? It's yours, baby. Like, what are you doing? Like you letting people control your life, and you acting like you ain't got no control when you got control. Okay. So it benefits the companies. I don't really understand why the consumer reporting agencies, I really haven't done the calculations on why they're just so unwilling to budge and do what you ask them to do when you ask them to do it. It's so crazy because, back in the day, disputing was just so much easier. Back in the day, like you could come up with a basic 609 letter, use that, and then walk away with deletions for so many different things, for late payments. Where my glasses at? For late payments, for like medical debt, like so many things. You could use a basic 609 letter and it get the job done. Whereas now, if you try to use a 609 letter, they might, hit you back with the whole, yeah, I don't believe this is you. Is this a creditor? Or is this a credit repair company, a third party credit repair company that's working on your behalf? If you have gotten that message trying to dispute information on your credit, just drop a thumbs down in the chat. If you have gotten that message, because that's just what they're doing now. Like whenever they see things are like trending, and more people are like using the same type of verbiage, instead of trying to actually help the consumer and make sure the consumer's issues get resolved, it's kind of like they crack down and try to make it harder for the consumer to get this information removed off of their credit. And I don't really understand why that is right now, but I'm going to investigate and get to the bottom of it. But anyway, so like I said, you have leverage. It's leverage. Everybody is leveraging your credit but you. So, you definitely need to start leveraging it when it's good so that you can go and, apply for OPM, other people's money, and then also leverage it if it's bad as well. Because if you leverage it when it's bad, you can use that to go and get fast deletions and also settlement checks. Okay. It's people in here on this live that have been able to get quick deletions and also settlement checks. So they already know what time it is. Okay. And so basically you're going to use if you're the person with bad credit, use that bad credit and negotiate until you get into a good spot, right? And so speaking of that, how can you leverage your bad credit to get into a better spot? The fastest way to do it is through Goodwill letters. This is like free information. You can literally Google this information. So Goodwill letters are letters that you use just to um, send to the company to basically like forgive, or ask them to remove something. It's really you going into detail about like what has occurred, and sometimes, I mean, I'm not telling y'all to lie or anything like that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Some people are not honest in their Goodwill letters, and they just draft up a Goodwill letter saying whatever happened, whether it was COVID related, whether it was, you were in a hospital, or, like maybe you just totally forgot, like whatever it is, in the Goodwill letter, you can really explain what caused you to be late. Goodwill letters are typically used for late payments. So if you have a late payment that's reported on your credit, you can use the Goodwill letter to help it. You can use the Goodwill letter to remove the late payment off. But if you have like excessive late payments, like multiple late payments from, a company, it's a little bit harder to get multiple late payments removed off, but it's still worth a shot, because if you can get one late payment removed off, that's still going to help you out as well. So calling is, the fastest way. The reason I say that is because the companies could just do so much when you call, like they could remove the late payment. They could get you the information in writing, but it depends on the company. Not all of these companies are going to be created equal. So not all of these companies are going to be willing to remove late payments or take the pay to delete offer, but it's still best to call and ask them to see what your options are, so that you can use that as leverage. Even if you don't know how to use it as leverage, know your options. Once you know your options, you can muster up and find the courage to start leveraging. Okay. So again, calling is the fastest option. But usually, when you contact these companies over the phone, you're probably going to be speaking with somebody over in a foreign country. And the people that are in the foreign countries, obviously, well, it's not always obvious. Sometimes it's like a language barrier. They do speak English, but the accents tend to be more thick. And like for us, I know, especially as, and I don't even think it's just a Black people thing. I know people in general, when you're not used to somebody's accent, you tend to get frustrated, and it just is like everybody's frustrated, because that department, within itself, whether it's in, the United States or whether it's overseas, like that department, that's not their job to remove late payments. Like they're not allowed to do that. They don't even have the access or the ability to do that. And sometimes we get so frustrated because they're not doing it, and also because of their thick accent, that it just won't happen. And then some of y'all go in super pissed off already because you feel like somebody owe you something, and they very well could, but you come in pissed off and you start talking to people sideways, and then it's really like, oh sis, even if I had the opportunity to do it, I'm not doing it because the way you talk to me. So no, in this process, you never have to get nasty, because you're right. You're right. When you're right, you don't have to get out of character. I mean, even if you're wrong, baby, still don't get out of character, because it's not cute. But you really don't have to get out of character, because in this process, you're right, and we'll teach you that. But again, calling is the fastest option. Sometimes when you call, though, the companies could say one thing and do something totally different. This is not always the case. But what I have noticed with like debt collection agencies, especially, and also the consumer reporting agencies, it's like when they're sending you documentation in the mail, they are not telling you the whole story. Like they only telling you half truths. And then specifically with third party debt collection agencies, like they'll throw in verbiage that is basically the wrong interpretation of what that law actually is, just to trip you up. So, I don't see why they would do anything different if you contacted them over the phone. It is on a recorded line, but I'm just saying this to say that if you do contact these people over the phone, the information that you discuss is not admissible in court because it's over the phone. And I need y'all to know that at the end of it all, the whole reason that you're sending disputes is not just because you want to remove information off of your credit. The whole reason that you're sending disputes is because if the companies don't respect the law, and they don't follow the procedure, and they don't follow the law, that you are documenting the process, so that if you needed to, you can go and file federal complaints against those companies. Okay. I mean, you can file more than just federal complaints, but that is the end all and be all right there. Like it don't get no higher than doing that. Okay. And a lot of y'all be Googling these templates, and you're not, you don't even know how to file complaints. And so the companies that you sent the disputes to don't even really take you serious because you don't know what you're doing and they can tell. All right. If is this making sense? If this makes sense, then give me the number 100 in the chat. I don't want to keep going if I'm losing anybody. So let me know if I'm making sense. Give me the 100 emoji in the chat, por favor. Por favor. Let me know before I press on. Yes, I love that. I love that. I love that, friend. I just seen it, honey. I just seen it. All right, cool. So the next fastest thing is emailing. So emailing can get the job done, baby. The emailing can really, 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 really get the job done. And I love the email option. The reason for that is because it very quickly can get this job done. And also, the information that you are discussing via email is admissible in court. So you can actually share that. You know what I'm saying? You can share that if you needed to. You can use that as an exhibit, or you can use that as evidence just to back up and support your claim that this company not only do they have me messed up, not only do they have me messed up, they're not following the law, period. Okay. So emailing is super good. Super good. So you can, email Goodwill letters. You can mail in Goodwill letters. I recommend emailing the Goodwill letters and emailing it over, because I already made a video about this, like emailing the Goodwill letters to like the CEO or the vice president, those sorts of people. So it's the same thing for, you know what I'm saying, like your disputes, yes and no. So I wouldn't send a basic dispute to the CEO or the vice president. I wouldn't do that because they're going to probably grab it and they're going to send it back to where it actually is supposed to go. And that's not really gonna, obviously that's not gonna help you get the job done. So if it's outside of a Goodwill letter, right? If it remember, a Goodwill letter is just you saying, "Hey, this is what happened. I fell late and blah 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 blah. I need you to fix this late payment, or I'm trying to get a house, and I know your company doesn't remove off collections specifically once they've been paid. Your company doesn't remove off collections, but I'm trying to get a house. I paid off this collection. I need it to go so I can get into this house. Please, please, please honor this request and remove this information off my credit." So Goodwill letters are not just for late payments, but it can be for anything like an accounting charge off status, all of these things. But listen, y'all, you want to be careful with what you're sending, what you're requesting in these Goodwill letters. Be very careful, because remember, yes, sending a Goodwill letter to a company like via email can help you get the late payments removed off, and also sometimes the collections removed off. But I wouldn't send it out if you have a balance on this collection, or if you have a charged off account. I wouldn't go into detail about your backstory, because remember what I said, that information can be used against you in court later. So just kind of pick and choose, you know what I'm saying, what you want to do. Like pick and choose the end goal with this whole process, and really think about, all right, am I saying something that could get me hemmed up later? Am I doing something that could be used against me later? But again, it depends on where you are, what you want, what's your end goal in the process. Know that the end goal is, of course, for me at least, to get a deletion. Some people's end goal is, they ain't even tripping off the deletion because they already, whatever, like they just want the money. Whatever your end goal is, that is your business, right? But just make sure that the choices that you're making in this process, you are documenting, and you are doing it from a clear mind that this could be used against me in court. All right. And then also another thing is that if the companies don't listen to you and don't respect you, it's not a matter of, oh my God, I should do nothing. I can't do anything now. Like, no, the last thing that you can do is go and file federal complaints. And usually these companies don't want you to file federal complaints. Like, the companies really want to, you know what I'm saying, get the stuff removed off of their, I'm sorry, the companies want to settle outside of court because of the court fees, right? Like the lawyer fees associated with it. And then also, like, they be wrong as all outdoors. So it's really like, yeah, let's just get around that whole situation, because we don't, first of all, we don't want people knowing that this is a thing. Secondly, we don't want our company to be shown in a bad light, because also these are corporations. These are either corporations or big name companies. And it's like, if y'all are if this is something that y'all just be doing, like, a class action lawsuit could be a total thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this could be a total thing, where it's like, right now it's most of the consumers that are, because it's not a lot of consumers that are doing this process. But if the masses knew about this process and came together as a collective, like, I could totally see these companies really like trembling, like really like, oh my gosh. So again, specifically, and I love y'all, but just for the culture, this is for the culture, okay? Because we have been left out of so many spaces, so many opportunities. We struggle unnecessarily. We struggle because, again, I mean, we could try and act like slavery wasn't a thing and we should just get over slavery, but we gonna have to take it back, and baby, you gonna have to take accountability. Your ancestors gonna have to take accountability, right? Because again, slavery was this thing, and because as a part of slavery, Black people were not able to read. Okay. So a lot of the information we did not learn about until later, just because we were not allowed to learn about this information. And then also, too, this information is stuff that most lawyers know and won't share. Y'all, with this custody battle that I had gone through, like, y'all don't even know how many lawyers I reached out to and was like, hey, can you please help me to understand the process? Like, help me understand the process. Like, I will literally pay you to help me understand the process. And they would not let me in. They would not share. And I don't know if that's like some sort of violation. Like, I don't know if it is or not, but if it is, okay. But they just would not let me into how I can take control over my life. They didn't let me in the space to where I could become hip to how to control, like, this thing. Like, how do I file motions? Like, how do I respond if they say a lie? Like, how do I, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do I do? They would not share with the most basic, and it's the craziest thing to me, because I would pay these lawyers all this money and they knew everything to do, right? But they didn't really know my story. They didn't really know what happened to me. And it's like, all of the cases that they're doing, like all of the clients that they have, they are so far removed and detached from the emotional side of it. But if we're being real, this experience, this whole process is an emotional roller coaster. It is an emotional roller coaster to, for one, learn that, oh my gosh, I have bad credit. And I found out that I had bad credit because I tried to apply for something and got denied. And then and this is my story, y'all stories could be different. I found out that I wasn't in a position to get approved. And then I later looked at my credit and I saw that, oh, this is the reason that I couldn't be approved, because I had not only just an eviction on my credit, but an eviction I was reporting incorrectly to my credit, right? And then after I'm trying to dispute the fact that it's reported incorrectly to my credit, you guys have literally like ignored as many disputes as I could have possibly sent. And months and months and months are going by, years have gone by, and I'm still stuck at square one, living this basic, dull life because you, the consumer reporting agencies, or you, the third party creditors, or you, the original creditors, ignore my dispute as if I'm not a human being that is living this experience of lack and less than because I don't have good credit, because I have one item that's on my credit or three items that's on my credit, however many items, and you're not letting me in. And because you're not letting me in, my kids are lacking, my lifestyle is lacking, I'm struggling, I can't even get a job, my security clearance, like all of these things is an emotional roller coaster. And this is the thing, as a as somebody that I hired, if you're my lawyer and I'm hiring you, it is your job to pay attention to my emotional situation. How is this affecting me emotionally, right? Like, and what has transpired, like, and just been, you know what I'm saying, a decline because of all of these events, right? Like this series of unfortunate events that have fall just because of this one situation or these three things that's on my credit. So nobody really breaks it down like that. And nobody cares to sit through your emotions and talk to you when you're down. Nobody really cares to ask you, how do you feel, when somebody takes your car in front of all of these people at your job? Like, nobody really sits with you to know that. Only you do. Only you do. So this is why this process is so important. It's important because you know what you've gone through. It's important because you know how you feel. It's also important because you know what you want. And the things that you want are not always just this bling and this luxury lifestyle. The things that you want is just quality, natural things that any normal human being should have. And that is the quality of life that you choose, right? And so this is why it's important not to have somebody do this for you. This is important because you have to do it for yourself. You don't have to, like, you can totally hire a lawyer to do it for you, but it's important that you do it for yourself because only you know how you feel. Only you know what you've gone through. And if you guys are in the mentorship, I think it's really important, and these are the things that we're going to go over and address. I think it's really important for you to sit with yourself and reflect on your life. Sit with yourself and reflect on what you have gone through, how it feels, how it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type, like, how things would be better. Like, sit and really reflect on that. Because if you can sit and reflect on that and you also understand how you were violated, now you can go and hem these people up and get the money that you want, get the money that you deserve, and not really walk away with anything less than that, because you already know, like, you come in with like the energy of, you're not going to play me anymore because now I know. You're not going to just give me the okie doke and tell me this ain't a thing because now I know. And we're going to give you guys case studies and examples to actually confirm and back up what I'm sharing with you guys. But hopefully this was helpful, not too overwhelming. At the end of the day, I did want to share with you guys that the companies that are the people that y'all are speaking with when you're calling these companies asking for different things, those people are not the ones that are the decision makers in the business. Those people are not the ones that can really, like, do all of the things that y'all want. They're just not. So don't waste energy and frustration and negative, you know what I'm saying? Don't even put negative energy out there, even to them, because, like, they probably not even getting paid enough for that. Okay. But that's just not their job. But it is people like the vice president, the CEO, the COO, CFOs, general counsel. Every company that is reporting to your credit should have some sort of general counsel, that they should have some sort of general counsel that is going to that basically represents them and make sure that they are in compliance, make sure that they are doing right by people, not always doing right by people, but make sure that they stay out of trouble, right? Like make sure they stay out of legal troubles. And so when you contact the general counsel, it's very important that you know what violations have taken place, how you've been violated, and also what you want to fix it, right? Like what you gonna need, what they're gonna have to run you in order to fix this issue. Okay. So look up some of these people, be clear on what it is that you want, how you've been violated, and go and reach out and tell them exactly what you want. But know this. And I think it's called your trump card, but I'm not sure. Your trump card is the fact that you have the ability to go to court. That is your trump card. They don't want to go to court. Remember that. And the leverage is the fact, not only really just the fact that you have bad credit, the leverage is either they didn't follow policy, either they didn't give you certain disclosures, they violated some sort of law, right? But in order for the law to be violated, you had to have bad credit. Like sometimes it can be violated with you having good credit as well. But in most cases, if a person has bad credit, they're going to be violated far greater than the person who has good credit. So it is hope for you. It is hope for you through this process. It doesn't matter what's on your credit. It don't matter the account. It doesn't matter. Okay. Like inquiries, everything. I don't care if it's a credit card company, a loan, a repossession, child support, student loan. If it's a violation, you can get some money. If it's a violation, you can get some deletions, and it's always some violations. I did want to say that our Affluent mentorship starts in 2 days, literally on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we do still have spaces available, but I did want to share with y'all, if you guys are on the fence or have been waiting around to join the mentorship program, if y'all join after the class starts, you will not be able to, you'll literally miss the first live. You'll miss the first live. All right. And if you join after that, you won't be able to join any lives. Like, say y'all join next month, you won't be able to join any lives until you've been in the program for 4 months. Okay. Because you really just got to play catch up. You got to play catch up, and you're just going to miss the first day. So, you can't just jump in the program. And I know some of you guys already have experience with consumer law doing other things, but the information that we are sharing with you guys is probably not information that you guys have already done. So you're gonna have to get in where you fit in and start from square one, because I don't want you to feel like, oh, I've done X, Y, and Z before, so I'm just gonna start doing X, Y, and Z. Like, this is the process. Like right now we're covering FCRA. So if you've been doing FCRA violations, like you just are disputing, you still need to get in and see, like, all right, this is really how the law lays it out. This is really how you should be moving forward. And these are all of the options that you can pursue. So in the program, we're really going to cover a lot more than just FCRA, but right now we're covering FCRA. You can be in the program as long as you want to be. Again, right now, FCRA, we will next cover FDCPA. After that, we'll cover whatever else y'all want to talk about, because it's really on y'all. Whatever y'all want to cover, we can cover in the program. We did bring the price back down to $199. So if y'all want to sign up, it is $199 every single month. And you can cancel at any point in time. If you feel like you got everything that you needed to get from month one, like, cool, cancel. After month one, if you feel like you didn't get anything you're going to get some stuff. You're going to get a lot of stuff. But if you feel like you still need more information and you need to go to month 2, 3, 4, like, that's totally up to you. We've had members of our academy who've been in the program for years, and well, not maybe, I guess it has been years. We have had the program for years, and they stayed in the program. We have some people that are like, yeah, I only needed it for 30 days, and I got what I needed, and so I'm canceling. Okay, do you, baby? Get what you need and go handle your business. So If y'all are interested, I still have not uploaded the link, but I will upload the link. Just give me like maybe 30 seconds and I'm going to upload the link to this video. Just refresh it as soon as I get off, and it will be listed below. If y'all have any questions too, but before I say that, if y'all have any questions, ask me. But if this information has been helpful and you have not already subscribed to our channel, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and like this video. You know what I'm saying? Like this video and share it with someone. So if y'all haven't already noticed, I've been really, I don't want to say try because I'm not saying that word. I have been making efforts to do more on YouTube, because Instagram be playing games, and TikTok is, I don't know, you know, but I am making an effort to be on YouTube more. So please subscribe if y'all have found this information helpful. At some point, I really am just about to unleash and just start dropping so much, so much, so much, so much. But definitely give us a like and subscribe. That really is all love from us. We appreciate that. And I'm gonna drop the link since y'all don't have any questions. I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna drop the link in the comment section. Or you guys can the word DM me the word diamond and I'll drop the link. Y'all literally have 2 days left. If you miss out, honey, you gonna be late and y'all gonna be like, dang, I should have joined because all the students is getting to this money and I'm over here and da 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 da. And you know what I'm saying? But all right, y'all. I'm gonna let you guys go and refresh this screen in like 2 minutes. Refresh the screen in 2 minutes. All right, you guys have a great night. I'll talk to y'all later.